My soul friends. It is Victoria on the Soul Nurturer channel, and I'm here to talk about the new moon in Pisces. How you feeling? How you doing? What are you noticing as we've been swimming through these sacred waters of Pisces? I always invite, anytime you watch one of my videos, if I forget to say it at the beginning, think of each video as an invitation for you just to pause with me, to connect to your inner world, to just kind of get that sense of where are you, how are you doing, and what's going on, which can be a little tricky during Pisces season when we may feel a little bit more, you know, fuzzy thinking and kind of floating and a desire to maybe retreat. Maybe we're feeling a little bit more, or maybe you are feeling a little. I know how I'm doing because I'm an empath, and I'm sure my empaths out there are really feeling a lot. Um, we're swimming through sacred waters, and before I dive in literally to the sacred waters of Pisces new moon. I do welcome you to the Soul Nurturer channel, and if it's your first time, I don't want to do the whole commercial thing. So my invitation is, if you feel a resonance with me, go watch some of my other videos and then subscribe. Not an obligatory subscription, but wow, I really am feeling called to what I have to say. You're called to what I have to say. See, I'm in the oneness of Pisces, okay? Pisces energy is the oneness consciousness, right? So I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment, but do consider sticking around. I have been offering lives on Tuesday, kind of finding my footing with that too. Kind of still trying to emerge what that Tuesday live at 5:55 p.m. Pacific time is for. Right now, I have a few of my regular viewers come and we just connect. I share a topic, we explore a topic together. I'm starting with a little meditation. I think that's really needed right now. So I'm recording this on Tuesday, March 5th. So if I get this out there in time, come join me tonight at 5:55 Pacific time. Okay. So yeah, how are we feeling? Are you feeling a little bit more weepy? Are you feeling definitely more compassion, right? Especially my empaths are just on full-blown compassion. So tell me how you're feeling, what you're noticing. Have you been paying attention to your nightly dreams? Have they been more vivid? Where else is soul trying to get your attention? I just think this is such a rich time of we're visioning, we're listening to our soul more, or our soul is wanting to emerge more guidance. And it's time to kind of compost everything that's not working, right? Just to let it be cleansed, release. And we think about that with a full moon, more about the cleansing and releasing. But this new moon is also that. This new moon is, I feel like, preparing us. We're always being prepared to receive our blessings, but and I've been saying that a lot. But we're moving into eclipse season, actually, kind of with this new moon. And I meant to look up the eclipse season, but the next full moon is an eclipse, and then yeah, so we're in an eclipse season. So this new moon is like, let's work together with the universe, with God. Let's work in co-creation of, okay, what's really, not working in your life. And even though you're thinking maybe a little fuzzy, it's because you're meant to be dissolving those patterns, those beliefs that are not supporting you and emerging your unique and beautiful soul potential. And eclipse season, when it comes, it's like, hey, the universe, God's like, I've been trying to get your attention. Gently, and Pisces season is gentle nudges and soul reminders. But when eclipse season comes, and I think as eclipses, as if you're not where you're meant to be and aligned with your soul potential, you will be redirected. You will be course redirected, something like that. See, I feel a little fuzzy. And the good news about this Pisces season for me, I have Neptune conjunct Sun. Neptune is connected to Pisces, rules Pisces. And so I communicate like most people are now communicating right now with Pisces season and Mercury and Pisces, where we leave out words because we're streaming consciousness. We're, getting information and just sharing it. So sometimes I forget where I'm at, or I don't say words that I thought I said. I'm noticing a lot of people communicating like that lately. Maybe you are, maybe you've noticed that. So, yeah, so to my fellow empaths out there, you may be feeling things more deeply. we are the emotional barometers of what's going on in the world. And there's a lot going on in the world. And during this time too, whether you identify with an empath or not, or you're a Pisces or a water sign, we tend to be, very intuitive and the empaths and uh the sensitive souls who sometimes get told you're too sensitive. Man, no, there's no such thing. Awesome. You too sensitive, it just means you feel very deeply. And that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, so my intuitive sense right away when I was feeling into this, or some of the things I'm touching on, it's calling us out to be mystical cultivators of our soul potential. It is, I already mentioned, a time for visioning, for getting aligned with your soul potential, for recognizing this isn't my soul essence. I'm in my conditioned self. I'm in my fear-based self. Pisces is really, like I said, sacred waters wants us to flow with faith, right? Not be stuck in the corner because we don't think we're not good enough, or we don't have enough training, or we're really stuck in our wounds, which this new moon also, Chiron has been working with us for a while, and it's really a time for us to look with compassion at our wounds and our wounded experiences so that we can see how Creator has been cultivating our gifting through our wounds. I did a video on self-compassion. I invite you to go watch that. Also, I have a number of videos on the wounded healer, which is anyone out there that identifies with that archetype of being wounded, but yet feeling called to heal. Well, go watch some of those videos. I may do a more updated one because it's such an important thing to me. And I work with a lot of clients who identify with that. And when I look at a soul chart, we can see everybody is a healer somewhere, right? But we can see the emphasis of the wounded healer in a soul chart. And I still am offering 20-minute free consultations if you're interested to look at your soul chart, or to do a soul guidance session with me where I just bring all my tools and I just kind of meet you where you are, and you tell me what's going on and you tell me what your desired outcome is, and we start to create what it would look like to move forward towards all of your possibilities. My whole soul mission is helping you, my clients, reclaim your beautiful and unique soul potential, and then learning to nurture that and cultivate that and curate all your potential. I love that word, curate. It's kind of in the collective lexicon right now, and I just really love it. Okay, so getting aligned with our true selves, dissolving the edges of fear and doubt as we swim through these healing waters. Do you know any Pisces? Maybe you are a Pisces. And again, happy birthday season. We're wrapping up soon. March 19th, we're going to move in to the astrological New Year's. It's when the sun moves into Aries. So a little bit more time for our Pisces to be celebrated. And I do wish you a happy solar return and happy day you arrived on the planet. You bring sacredness into the planet. So for me, Pisces and being an honorary Pisces, we're hard to figure out. Pisces people are very mysterious. Some of the archetypal expressions of Pisces, the intuitive, the mystic, and very mysterious and empathetic, creative, healing. Think of the symbol for Pisces are two fish swimming in different directions. So it's a mutable sign, and it's very fluid, and it can be like, yeah, we're doing this. No, we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing, so a little wishy-washy kind of, because Pisces can feel everything. They can feel all the potential and the possibilities. It can be overwhelming. So this could be a feeling that you all have been having since we've been in Pisces season, a little overwhelmed. And one thing, and it's coming to mind a few times, so I'll just say it here, for my empaths and for all people right now, I feel we're all sort of feeling more deeply so that we can heal more deeply. Oh, I like that. Feeling more deeply so we can heal more deeply. But it's like our heart center, like we're just like sponges taking it all in. And we have to wring out our heart. We have to wring out all that we take in. It's hard to know, is this my stuff, someone else's stuff, is it the world stuff? So I really would encourage you to have some sacred rituals right now. This new moon in Pisces got aspect to Saturn, and I would talk about Chiron. I'm going to go more into those a little bit, but the moon is also conjuncting Neptune. So it's extra Pisces energy, extra, everything I'm talking about, intuitive, dream state, dreaming, visioning, feeling more deeply again, so we can heal more deeply. And there's a moon Uranus aspect, which is insightful, innovative ideas that are coming to support you. Like this is like, that gentle, when you're in between dream state and awake state, there's two terms, and I always get them. I have a little dyslexia. There's the hypnopompic and there's two, and I can't think of the other one right now. Fuzzy thinking. Anyway, that state before you're awake, either before you're going into, a dreamlike state, which would be like, it could be a hypnotic state too. When we're awake, we're in beta, we're in our conscious awareness, we're logical, we're witnessing, we're in our ego, we're navigating our world. When we drop into alpha, we're more like in a receptive, kind of fluid state. And then, theta is even deeper, super deep. And then there's delta and you're sleeping. So that hypnagogic state, something with a P, and it's just not coming. If you know it, put it in the comments, and please do comment. I invite you to comment. The more comments, I'm here, and here's another word for Pisces energy. It's the sacred offering. And I don't really like the word sacrifice, even though the word literally means to be able to give in a sacred way. So I love that. But I find sacrifice, and this is really with this new moon too, because the shadow side of sacrifice, and we'll not talk about shadow side of Pisces, is being the martyr, like doing way too much because you're so compassionate and you're just pouring yourself into other people and exhausting and draining yourself. Anybody out there? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. Actually, I've been healing that for the last 5 years, maybe 7, because I had a health issue and I was like, okay, this needs to be rewired. This is not serving anybody, and definitely not me. So I was playing with shifting from the word sacrifice to service, being of service, and being of service to your potential too. Okay, see if I can be a little more, in the opposite side of Pisces, which is Virgo, more logical and clear with my words here. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Mercury, sextile to Pluto. The new moon is at 1 a.m. Pacific time. And what else did I want to say about that? It's at 20 degrees Pisces. And so this is where you want to work with your own chart. Either you reach out to me soon and get that 20-minute consultation. I'm actually may not be able to help you with this new moon, but future lunation cycles. Or just go get find an app that works for you. I like astro.com. It's very, it's just easy for me to work with. I've been working with it for over 20 years. So it's just comfortable for me. But find an app that works for you, and then go put in your birth information, and then look at which house is ruled by Pisces. Where is 20 degrees of Pisces in your house? I work with Placidus, which isn't exact houses. A lot of people are working with whole sign right now. That, for me, it's an easy way to follow the transits, but it's not as precise for me. And everybody does their own thing. Okay, here's some other thoughts I had about this new moon. Again, I said composting the old stuff. And I think you know what I'm talking about. It's the stuff you keep carrying around with you. I don't know. Someday I'll work this out. Someday I'll figure this out. Someday, no, this is your someday is today, this new moon. So you want to, here's the big thing, the great spiritual practice, which this new moon is inviting us to. Take responsibility for your soul potential and have some structures around you that are your spiritual practices, your prayer, your meditation, anything that you dedicate. Dream work for me is spiritual practice, is my spiritual practice, one of them. It's a consistent availability to the divine guidance. That's what I believe spiritual practice is. But structuring that, putting it on your schedule, committing that you're going to every day get up and meditate, or you're going to every day check in with your journal. But the word that is here to support us, or the practice, the spiritual practice, is surrender. Surrender, like, oh, I surrender everything to Creator, the universe, however you connect to Jesus, that is blocking my soul potential, that is in the way that I am called to move forward on. I surrender it all. If you want to play a big game, not a big game, I don't like that word for some reason. If you want to practice in a more deeper, profound way, surrender specifically, surrender your relationship. My relationship, my husband and I have had a healing dance together. When we first met 22 years ago, we both had a lot of wounds that were leading, until you do your inner work or you practice your soul work, the first thing you set up in a relationship is the dance of the wounds. Like, I'm going to dance my wound, you dance your wound, and then we're going to be kind of stuck. And then I'm going to blame you for wounding me, and you're going to blame me for wounding you. And it's all to reveal what needs to be healed so you can dance with the universe and love your partner as that divine reflection that they are, instead of being the screen for all of your projections. Okay. Somebody needed to hear that, I think. Anyway, back to us. We had 2 breakups, and every breakup was just deepening into my wounds, and his too. Mine was abandonment, and just going deeper into, ooh, where's the origin? Where's the root? How can I heal? And then when we did get back together, for years, instead of having his name in my phone, I wrote, let go, let God. So every time he called, it was a reminder to me, surrender this, still have no attachment to this, practicing non-attachment. I surrender it. I'll see what God wants for us, because my wounded self's going to want to get in there and control it, manage it, be my inauthentic self so I could try to get what I need, codependency, all that stuff. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. I feel like I'm doing a sermon. And so let go, let God. And my phone was a reminder each time I'm surrendered in this relationship. To this day, now, we've been married for a while, and to this day, I did change his name in my phone to my love now, because there was a point where I thought, I'm healed enough that I'm not operating my way of being from my wounds, but I'm living in my soul potential. And this is the path that I've walked, and this is the path I teach. How to do that. It's a soul investment. It's an investment in your potential. And it's taking personal responsibility, which also this new moon is inviting us to do, to take personal responsibility for how you are in the world. And we can't control others. We can, and this is, so again, surrendering control. And I know my people out there that have a lot of control stuff. Let me tell you this, control is about not feeling safe in the world. You're trying to control the external in order for you to feel safe. Well, we got to flip that switch. The healing is to let yourself feel safe, to create safety in your being, safety in your beliefs, whatever that may be. Pisces, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune, but the traditional ruler is Jupiter, which is about our beliefs. What do we have faith in? And this Course in Miracles kept coming to me when I was feeling into this new moon, and the idea that there's only 2 energies in the world: fear or love. And so, or faith. I like to say, which F word are you using? Are you in fear or are you in faith? But when you're in fear, you're disconnected from, for me, and again, this is just my point of view, my intuition, my intuitive take. You're the expert of you understanding your own chart, you understanding or feeling, how do I feel today? What am I noticing? That's you having, dancing with the universe, you being prepared, you being cultivated. And yes, challenges are hard. And I feel for anybody going through a struggle or a challenge, but I also know, and from my own experience and working with clients, struggles and challenges are like cleansing in themselves, shaking everything out that isn't authentically us, preparing us to receive our blessings. That phrase came to me, and it was like, whew, so healing for me. All that's happening in our lives is preparing us to receive our ultimate blessings and to be our ultimate essence. Okay. So we say, Thank you. Welcome. What are you teaching me? What is, how is this helping me? How is this helping me? How is this an answer to prayer? Right? Okay. So I feel like this time is kind of like a psychic x-ray of where you are in your life, where you are out of alignment with your soul potential, where you've been in denial about some things you need to look at. That is another shadow of Pisces, the martyr, the in denial, disconnected from reality, maybe numbing out too much, maybe being too much in like addiction, so you're not seeing clearly. So that's a feeling too, like we're going to see more clearly if you want to, and I invite you to. Now here's a little tool for you. I was thinking, how could I help you out there? It's really, first is make some time for an inner retreat. I mean, if you don't do this on a regular basis, I invite you. I remember one of my teachers, Reverend Michael Beckwith, saying many times, if you miss your appointment with the divine, you'll be in disappointment. In other words, dis and miss are same prefix. Dis, like denying or not showing up. If you don't show up for your divine instructions, guidance, you're going to feel disappointed, right? If you're not listening. And this is a sacred call to deeper listening. So scheduling time for those inner retreats. And if you don't, it doesn't call to you, just try it once. I think with every lunation cycle, and the reason I talk about new moons and full moons, they're just natural, following the celestial cycles, natural times for us to check in more deeply with our souls, with our unfolding life. Okay. So, and new moons in general, we are setting intention. We're planting seeds of possibilities. We're tilling the soil, getting ready for those heart desires to be manifested in the world. It's new beginning. It's fresh. It's, fresh perspective. Full moons are when things come to culmination, when more is revealed to be healed, more is revealed to show us the path forward, right? So new moons, we love new moons because, yeah, it's a good time to set something new in motion. So an inner retreat, what do I mean by that? It's where you're going to disconnect from everything, turn off your phone. I know this is hard. I know, people. Turning off the phone, getting off your apps, getting off social media. Designate a few hours. If you can go a full day, God bless you. And that's really, that's a beautiful spiritual practice you can do. I would encourage you to have that at least once a month or once a week. So you're going to disconnect from all that. You're going to, just claim the space for you. And you're going to do an inner retreat. So you might light some candles and do some meditation, set an intention. But here's something that came to me, and I'm going to try this. I haven't quite done it this way. I will get into a meditative state and then journal or stream of consciousness to see what's wanting to be shown to me. But we all know what's not working in some level, right? I know you know, right? We do know. And this is like step one, acknowledge what isn't working. And then write in your journal or just a piece of paper, what do I need to know about this? Or what do I need to do differently about this? Or any questions you have around the situation. Maybe it's just, what is my soul purpose? And write it down, go into meditation, sit with those questions, surrender those questions, and wait for the knowing. Like maybe an image will form, or maybe you'll get a download of information. When you get information, gently open your eyes and answer the questions. And even if you feel like you didn't get anything while you're just with your eyes closed, disconnected from the external world, so you can connect to your inner world and the sacred world, open your eyes and just start writing anyway, and you'll be surprised what comes. Okay. All right. I got to wrap up soon. I've got a client coming in really soon. So I got to see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Create a structure for your spiritual practice and soul possibilities. Said that. Yay. Identifying what's not working, being shown where you're not aligned with your higher possibilities, identifying what's not working, surrender, take it and turn it into a sacred question. Receive that by doing an inner retreat, and letting the compassionate and healing waters of Pisces dissolve your limiting beliefs. You know how we do rituals at full moon where you write all you want to let go of? I'm feeling something different. Okay. Because we want to dissolve. Okay. When I was in Hawaii, I used to teach this guided imagery, and then I was in Hawaii. I'm like, I do this. I went down to the water when I was feeling burdened or heavy, or just feeling some of my negative stuff up. I took a stick and I would write in the sand. I think I shared this in one of my videos, but write in the sand, not good enough, or whatever my limiting belief was. And then the waters would come and wash that and dissolve the words, dissolve. And I was like, oh, thank you, like letting it go. So this could be, if you live by the ocean or lake, that could work. But another ritual I have is going to the river, and I pick up a rock and I just feel into all that I'm holding that is painful, all my limited places. Pisces wants to expand, free from all that, dissolve it, compost it. And just imagine letting all that stuff go into the rock. So it's not in me anymore. And then surrendering it, giving it to the river, giving it to God, and letting it go, clearing the space so the potential can rise, right? So something like that, or take a bath. And classic, take a bath, make it nice and wonderful, Epsom salts, lavender, whatever your fragrance is that you like, your essential oils. And then think about, maybe say a prayer, help me, release me from everything, or dissolve in me everything that's blocking the possibilities that you have placed in my soul. Make it a prayer, make it an affirmation. And then when you pull the plug on the bathtub, you just let it all go. Again, we think of doing this during full moons, but because it's Pisces, it's dissolving. I think this is another good time to do this. Also, a couple of things before I wrap up. There's so much here. I can just have to pace there, though. Pace with grace is definitely during this season. Pace with grace before we ramp up to the energy, and we're called to be more active in the world. This is the last kind of inner cocooning time, my friends. So also letting the compassionate waters and healing waters of Pisces, um, I hate to overuse this word because I hear it overused, but this is the word that's coming, to alchemize the wounds into your gifts, to because of North Node is conjuncting Chiron. Okay, so there it is. So we are all having this collective transit of the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. North Node is moving us towards our destiny, and Aries is all about identity. So any wounds to your identity, where you were told you were something else and you believed it and you felt shamed about being who you really are. This is, we're feeling our wounds so that we can claim that's the truth about who we are, the gifts about who we are. And there's so much more. I just don't have time to go into all of it. But I just want to say, I hope, I'm trying to get back to my Zoom now. I was looking at my notes. Oh, I just feel so much for all of us. I feel, that's why I do these videos. I know that we're all going through something big. Even those of you who have like some flow and ritual and routine, and you feel like you got it. It's so what's the word? Elusive right now, isn't it? Like, oh, I thought I had it together yesterday. What's going on today? Because we're just moving with these waves of transformation, trying again, as I always say, to get to a new shore of possibilities. And the waters are choppy, and there are things going on that are hard to witness in the world, and we're feeling like helpless. And why aren't people listening and doing things differently? And people are being hurt, and what is going on? All of this, everything that is hurting your heart, take it into a spiritual practice, prayer, meditation, light candles. I share this often, one of my tools that helps me at the end of the day when I feel heavy from the world and my own life, or when I've sat with my beautiful clients and I'm feeling for them, I light a candle. Well, let's just do this right now. Like, I'll light a candle. I have a candle lit over here. And then I feel it and I think about that. And maybe this is where I will pray for people, You know how I'll pray for you. How many of you say I'll pray for you and you don't pray? Not to shame, but I'm just inviting you to again structure your spiritual practice in a way that's even more aligned with your soul. You're in authenticity. You are in integrity with what you're saying and doing. So this is one way I do that is, light the candle at the end of the day, think about who did I say I was going to pray for. I don't go into the whole prayer for each person. I just, God knows, like, God, so-and-so is on my heart. The issues in the world are on my heart. Gaza is on my heart. The children are on my heart. Oh, I can cry right now. Yeah, there's a lot on our hearts right now, right? So you light your candle and you say, I'm going to surrender all this to you. I know that there's a higher possibility unfolding, but take care of what is needed. Uh, and for me, it's always take care of the innocents, take care of those in harm's way, take care of all who are feeling alone, right? Whatever it is for you. And then take it out of my body so I can release it so that I can be a clear channel for cultivating more gifts to be of support, to be as Reverend Michael says, be a beneficial presence on the planet. And then I blow it out. And I'll just do that now. I'm going to release right now and invite you to do that for yourself for this new moon. Please do comment and stay connected and join me live on Tuesdays at 5:55 p.m. Pacific time if you can. So let's release together, dissolve all that concerns us so that new possibilities can emerge. Bless you all. Peace be with you. And so it is. Take good care until next time.